Hi everybody, this is Cheychuu. Welcome back to my channel. How are you guys all doing? I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, night, wherever you guys may be. Currently, it's been a while. The last time I posted was around, I think it was on Kwanzaa, and it was around when the solar eclipse was starting up, but there's been a lot that's been going on, a lot that has been changing since then, and I kind of want to get into that and dive into that a little bit about astrology and everything that's been channeled to me since then. It would be impossible for me to go through all of the downloads that I've gotten since then, since it's like an overload of information, but I'll try my best to really, like, you know, touch bases on the important aspects of what's going on. So you might be feeling kind of, you know, it is a new year, so happy new year, by the way. It's been so long that I don't remember like the last things I really touched bases on, but I've been out because of a stomach virus. So right after posting that last video, I got really sick, so I had to go to the hospital and everything like that to get some fluids because of dehydration. It was really painful, and along with that, it came out of nowhere. So I'm sure I got a lot of, like, I'm seeing right now with the community, especially, this is affecting everybody worldwide, that everyone's dealing with some sort of ascension flu symptom or some sort of spiritual attacks. Has been very heavy lately. So it's because we just now entered a new doorway, a new portal, a whole new year, a new decade pretty much, and we closed off a really important cycle that was pretty much 2019. And you know, it was really heavy when it came to karma a lot of the times when it came from 2019, because it was all about karma. But 2020, like I've been saying, has been all about clarity. It's been about realizing things that have been hidden underneath the surface for a long time. So it's kind of like being made aware of aspects of yourself and others, and just things in your life that were one way and really it was another. So it is painful, I'm not going to lie. Like, this whole process, I would say, is like a purging process, and you hear me talk a lot about purging, but it's really important that we do. It's like an important aspect of shadow work as well, which is releasing and letting go of things that, you know, you can't take with you into the new world, which is the 5D, right? We have to let go of the ego. So right now people are experiencing a heavy ego death, both divine feminine, divine masculine, because we're both, mind you, but the ego death is not pretty. It's very painful. It's sometimes, I'm going to be realistic, that a lot of people feel like they can't make it. It really feels like an actual death. Like, sometimes it affects your body, your health, your physical. Sometimes it affects your lifestyle, like your finances, your living places, your jobs, your career, your relationships. You know, it's pretty much a shakeup to your whole foundation and to your whole core, and that's pretty much changing your whole DNA, essentially. So that's quite painful. It's kind of like a phoenix, is what spirit would say, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about the phoenix and exploding into ash and then growing from the darkness, the ash that you died from, and growing from that same foundation in order to become a stronger and better you. But that process is quite painful when you are burning, when you are in flames. So I'm praying for everybody, and also flames and fire has been a big symbolism for right now, because Australia has been on fire. So my prayers go to everyone and animals and the environment affected down in Australia. My prayers go to you. You know, all my love and healing goes to you. And also to everybody who is suffering right now, whether they feel like they're going through their own purge, their own phoenix rising right now, burn up session. So fire is just as much as it means destruction. I love fire because it means also purification. So It kind of reminds me of the 5, like the number 5, like 555, if you've been seeing that, representing conflict that comes with change. And I always say that, it represents for 5, right? I'm also a life path number 5, by the way, fun fact. So it's all about purification, destroying the old in order to create something new, to create something fertile enough, a sturdy foundation for you to grow something out of. So which kind of ties into the roses that they've been showing me, because roses have been a big thing, especially for the divine feminine energy. Also, roses representing unconditional love. There's many meanings for roses, but one thing that they have been making very clear for roses is like a rose can grow in any environment it's put in, right? So it's kind of like that that saying of, like, you can put a rose, like with Tupac, I believe, where the rose in a concrete, like rose growing from a concrete, you know, growing from the darkness, you know, in order to grow and go through to reach the light, you must go through extreme darkness. So it's like you're going through the tunnel right now, you're in complete darkness, you don't know where you're at, you feel lost, but all you know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and there's no other way but to go forward, not above, not around, not below it, but through it. You have to go through it, and there's no avoiding it. So a big theme right now is the dark night of the soul. A lot of people are kind of going through that right now, and that comes with the awakening process. So a lot of people think that, you know, you just wake up and you're like, woo, I'm awake, I'm here now, like, you know, things make sense. That's not how it works. It's a battle between your ego and your intuitive side. So it's like you're battling between your 3D self and your 5D self. Like, it's like a push and pull effect until finally you can integrate the two in together. So it will feel like a push and pull effect, like you're being thrown around in different areas. But that's why I always say it's important to go with the flow. Like, don't fight the current, because the more you fight it, the more painful it is. And trust me, our ego, we want to fight because it's something foreign. It's something that we're not used to. It's something that we're just humans. How we are is when we don't understand something, we tend to fear it. So, and I want you to know that fear is the opposite of love, not hate, okay? That's very important. I want you guys to choose love over fear. That's like something that you will hear a lot, especially spirituality, is choosing love over fear around this time, because that's the only way that I feel that I've been trying to get through it right now, because it's been rough on my end, right? It was very painful. It reminded me of like my first process with the dark night of the soul, but I know people who are first going through it are just like freaking out because they don't know what's going on. They're like, oh my God, you know, I don't know. So I'm praying for those people who have no idea, but just know that it's not, I suggest to get checked out to a doctor, like actually go see, you know, someone to see if you're to rule out, you know, any health issues that you may be having. But I'm talking about ascension flu symptoms, where it is a process of an ego death. So yeah, so Mars moved into Sagittarius on January 3rd, so moved from Scorpio to Sag, meaning that they are now not going through that heavy transformation of dark night of the soul, but they're now moving into Sag house, which is a little bit more lighter, and it's the ruler of Jupiter right now, and I believe Jupiter is conjuncting Pluto right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is known as the teacher of the zodiac. They're very knowledgeable. So right now, divine masculines, like, they're going through a process of learning new things in that house with Jupiter and everything like that. So Venus is still in Aquarius right now. We are going into the age of Aquarius, by the way. So divine feminines, that means that you guys are right now learning new aspects and enlightenment and going through some healing after all of your purging processes, all your karmic clearings and stuff like that. Mind you, you're never done clearing karma. It's like until you're done and you transition into the nether world, you know, you always have something to learn in this lifetime. But right now, divine feminine aspects of everybody is learning things from Aquarius and healing through that. So the lunar eclipse is on January 10th, and it's going to be in Cancer, also a full moon. So it's heavy energy, and you may be feeling it right now. Also, the solar eclipse lasts for 6 months, I believe, so it lasts all the way until the summer. So it's like a double whammy, okay? So these eclipses are very important because it also helps eclipse things out that's unnecessary, that's been underneath the surface, that needs to be cleaned out. So it is a painful process. You might want to like hold on like tightly, but just let go, okay? Now is not the time to hold on so tightly. Just let go of control. As yeah, pretty much Jupiter conjunct with Pluto, so Pluto is all about transformation and control and death. So Scorpion energy. So like tower moments, people are experiencing a lot of tower moments right now, but it just release and to surrender to what is. There's only now. Don't focus too much on the past. Like, it's good to revisit it and try to figure out, you know, assess and clean out what happened in the past, but it's important to accept what has already happened and what is. And for the future, try not to worry too much about that because it's out of your control. The only thing you can control is now, so stay present, okay? Try to ground yourself around this time. It's very important. And I know that people probably feel like you don't have enough energy. Like, a lot of people are being tested right now. It's like a lot of testing going on, but just hold on and like, not in a sense of like holding on to things, but just hang in there in a way, because you are more capable than you know. And the times, it may not feel like it when you're going through the dark night of the soul. Like, you may feel like, go kick. Like, for me, when I'm in my process of purging, if someone tells me to ground myself and calm down, I'm automatically like triggered and wanting to say, go kick rocks, you know, because that's the last thing I want to hear when I'm like crying or losing it, or, you know, going through a devastating time. But the thing is that I'm trying to let you know I really empathize with you guys. I really do. And try to take a step back and try to approach the situation in a different way than you normally would, okay? The way that you used to react to certain things, like 2019 and then before, all of that has to be released and let go. It's time to figure out a new way, which is like 111. Which is, I'm getting into the 111 portal, which is the next day on January 11th is the 111 portal. So it's another opening of a gateway of brand new opportunities. It's Aries energy, it's full energy, it's taking leaps of faith towards certain aspects, but certain things, it's like using discernment and really testing your abilities in order to make sound-based decisions for yourself, okay? Not for others, but for you. Because this year should be all about you and your wants and your needs, and you prioritizing what's important to you and what's not important, and pretty much reorganizing everything about your life. It's like a whole reset, a whole clean out is what my mom would say. So Divine Feminines, your solar plexus chakra could be very activated around this time. You might be experiencing some nausea, some little bit of sickness, a bit, some stomach issues. Also Divine Masculines as well, you know, this goes for both, but mainly Divine Feminines, you might be experiencing that. And a little bit of the heart chakra activations right now as well. The Divine Masculines are experiencing more of a sacral, throat, and more of a root chakra activation right now. So you guys are mirroring each other in certain aspects, but you guys are learning completely different things, okay? Because mind you, you guys are both, but the way that, let's just keep it real, the way that Divine Masculines and the way the Divine Feminines, their awakenings are completely different, okay? The way that they experience synchronicities and the way that they experience their awakening is completely different from the way that Divine Feminines do, which is why there can be a confusion between the both, because you're trying to compare both and you're trying to think that they're going through the exact same thing, but no, they're getting their information in a different form, in a different way that only they understand. So that's why I say it's important to focus on you and focus on the way that you connect to the divine, the way that you connect to your spirit guides, that way that you have a better understanding of the way that you yourself works and others, okay? So it allows for you to have a higher perspective in that aspect. So I'm just checking the time right now. I've been working heavily with black tourmaline. If you have black tourmaline or tiger's eye or black onyx, I suggest to really work with those type of crystals, because it does protect you from negative and heavier energies. Because around this time, with a bunch of with a bunch of transformation going on, and the whole collective, this is a whole collective thing where everyone is experiencing ascension symptoms from bouncing from 3D to 5D, okay? A lot of people are already in the 5D template. A lot of people are still stuck in the 3D template. And the thing is that you will bounce from both, but the goal is to reach to that point. But there's stages that go through that, right? But black tourmaline, tiger's eye, or black onyx, or any of those type of crystals that I suggest to get, cleansing wise, I suggest to really stay up on your spiritual baths, right? Saging, also just cleansing your space and everything like that, just making sure to bring new energy into your space, right? Because the thing is that a lot of the times with the dark night of the soul, you can't really prevent the symptoms from happening, but it will help you aid through it, okay? It's not going to take the pain away completely, but it will help you through it. It'll help guide you through it, okay? But you have to go through the emotions. That's the thing. That's the key. Especially with Cancer lunar eclipse coming up, you are going to be affected with your emotions a lot. So a lot of crying, a lot of trigger energy, a lot of just feeling like your world is just falling apart, okay? But it has to, in order to build up a brand new one. And it's as painful as it is to let go of that, it's necessary in order to grow, because trust me, you're going to be thankful. It's a blessing in disguise, because once you come on the other end of that aspect, and you do reach that light side, and you start to see it all from a higher perspective, and you detach from the outcomes, and you detach from the expectations of what you think and that it should be like, then you'll start to notice the pain starting to reside. And the more you focus on you, the more the pain resides, okay? So and it's pretty much a big knock on the head for everybody, about, it's a big assessment on where you're at in your life and what it is that you still need to heal within yourself. Because that's why we're all here. We're just here to learn and gain new experiences to take back with us, because we are spiritual beings. We are all spiritual beings, just having different experiences. So one aspect that they're telling me to talk about is it makes no sense to compare your journey to other people. It's like you guys having a test, an exam, and you guys have different questions, and each person has a different set of questions. And if you're trying to copy or look or trying to compare yourself to other people's tests or exams, knowing that you guys have completely different questions and different answers, it makes no sense to, right? You guys will get nowhere. You wouldn't be able to finish the test. So it's important to focus on your test, your exam, your journey, okay? So, and not worry about others right now. The more you do that, the more you're able to help and uplift and heal the collective in general. So if you feel like you need to take that time away, then so be it. For me, I'm taking time away from social media. If you've noticed, I've also disabled my Instagram for now. It will be back up whenever I feel like they guide me to put it back up, but for now they're telling me to take a step back and take a break away from it for now, and just kind of focus on my life outside of social media. So yeah, and another thing they want me to mention right now, and we're at 18 minutes, is Twilight series. So they've been channeling a lot of Twilight series to me, and I have the whole collection. I'm not ashamed, okay? I like the books a lot more than the movies, okay? But the thing is that this was a gift from my grandmother, so she likes the Twilight series, and I like it too growing up. But the thing is that they've been really channeling it, and the Saga series is like Twilight, there's New Moon, then there's Eclipse and Breaking Dawn. And right now there's a lot of like similarities going on between certain animals, like wolves and vampires theme going on right now. But Spirit is having a lot of messages having to do with the Twilight Saga series. So if you feel guided to watch that series or read them, then I suggest there might be a message in there for you. But it is very similar to the twin flame dynamic, okay? But I'm not trying to romanticize or use that to romanticize that in any way. So animals that have been channeled to me right now are foxes, bears, eagles and owls, birds, whales, black cats, white cats, wolves, and butterflies, and then the phoenix as well. So I've been getting a lot of dream visitations, especially from my counterparts right now. So they're coming around wanting to communicate more within your dreams, and wanting to apologize and make amends. So just be a little bit more open. Don't be so like sassy and quick to go mirror, you know, like attack divine feminines. Now's the time to be more open-minded, be more compassionate. Okay, so so pay attention to the dreams, because the dreams have been so freaking weird lately. Like my dreams have been actually comical in a way, but I've been getting a lot of downloads and messages through my dreams. So I've been having a lot of awakening, realizations and everything, and connecting with my spirit guides and my angels and everything, my ancestors through that. Okay, a lot of sexual energy, so a lot of fertility energy is going on right now. So if you're hearing about a lot of pregnancies, and be careful. Also, your menstrual cycle from feminines is very affected because of the eclipse and everything that's going on with astrology. So I got my period weeks earlier than I was supposed to. Okay, and it was quite heavy, you know, whatever. If any masculines is watching this and they're having a, you know, disgusted description, whatever, you know, it's natural, it's human nature. I don't care. But the thing is that your menstrual cycle will be affected, feminines, quite, you either be late or you'll be early, or it'll be like different. Okay, a lot of emotional triggers coming up right now. So it's a heavy time period, but we can get through it. Okay, just keep pushing through. All right, we got this. But if you feel like, I suggest get outside. Like really, my best bet is to, if you need to, just go outside for just a couple seconds and breathe in fresh air. If you need, just if you can't do a walk or anything of that matter, go stand outside, just breathe for a bit. And just ground yourself. Okay, it's going to help through this process, trust me. Anywho, I'm gonna send you guys off on your way. I've touched bases on as much as I could. There's a lot more, but I know you guys are getting your own types of downloads and information, so pay attention to that. All right, so if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, it just means that people are on different parts of the journey. All right, so taste what does and just throw out the rest. All right, wishing you guys nothing but love and light, a safe journey, and release and let go of control. Pretty much that's the big theme. So wishing you guys the best. See you guys in my next video. Peace.